How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today I got to give you an update on CHAZ, CHOP. I'm not really sure what the cool kids are calling it nowadays. Is it still the crack, heroin, amphetamine zone, the crack, heroin, opiates, pills place? Capitol Hill Occupy protest, I'm not really sure what it's called nowadays, but whatever the case may be, there was a shooting inside this particular area late last night, early this morning, which is June 20th, 2020. Now, you had actually two different shootings about a half hour apart, about one block of distance apart. I think in the first shooting, the guy was 30 years old, he actually died. And the other guy is in critical condition right now at the hospital. Now, when the shooting first happened, the actual police, not the CHOP little, security team, whatever, not them, the actual police from Free Auto Washington came to CHOP to try and, maybe rescue the person, get him some medical attention. But they were met with a very large crowd, a large and angry crowd that prevented them from being able to get this person some help. Now, this is crazy because the guy that got shot is allegedly black. So you have all kind of stuff all over the place in CHOP, all kind of graffiti, BLM, Black Lives Matter, Hands Up, Don't Shoot, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Rayshard Brooks. You purport yourself to be so much of a lover of black lives. You want to preserve black lives, but here's a black man that got shot and is dying on the ground, and you want to prevent him from being able to get medical attention because the police came and they're trying to do it? Really? Is that what you want to do? And the dumbest part is that they took private vehicles from the so-called CHOP medics and then drove the two guys to the hospital where they're getting treatment. Not to CHOP's hospital, I don't think they really have one, but to the actual hospital in Seattle, Washington, in the USA. Okay, not in this little autonomous region. But anyway, so they're in the hospital. One guy died, probably because he did not get medical attention soon enough. And the other person is now in critical condition. I don't know if he's going to die or what, but he's not doing very well. Now, I was told by the mayor of Seattle, right outside of CHOP, that this little area they took over, Antifa and Black Lives Matter, I was told that it was a block party atmosphere. It was going to be the summer of love, and it was all peaches and sunshines and rainbows. And, we can really show America how to do policing here in Seattle. Really? I mean, how can any of that be true when I'm seeing nothing but violence, just crazy drugs, and rape, all of that coming as a result of this place? All right. First things first, there is or was a police precinct right there. If they're still there, they're under siege. But at one point, they were gone. And as a result of that, the response time from the police has just gone up exponentially. It's tripled. Not only has the response time gone up, but the calls for violent crime, rape, robbery, assault have also just gone up. Okay, so you have less police response with a much higher rate of crime. What's really going on? If CHOP were its own little actual independent city, it'd be the most violent in the world. You see videos all over the internet, not just of this recent shooting of two people where one died. I'm talking about videos. You can see people getting stomped in the head, phones stolen, windows broken, all kind of things going on. And the biggest issue here is the drugs. People that are obviously high on drugs. Okay, this is why I'm against drugs. People say, hey, ABL, you shouldn't be against drugs. Let them do whatever they want. It's their own body, this, that, and the third. Well, you tell me, do you want to be trapped in CHOP right now if you live close by, if you're a business owner, with somebody just high on drugs all hours of the night, banging on your window, looking inside the door, trying to, jiggle your door handle? Is that what you want? No police around? Is that what you want? Huh? People that are high on drugs that need more drugs to prevent from getting dope sick. If you're on heroin, if you're banging needles, you get to a certain point where it starts to wear off, you start to get physically ill, and you need some more, and you don't have money. What does a crackhead do for a living? What does a dope fiend actually do? Like, how can you produce money to pay for your habit if you are a junkie? You have some functional junkies, yes, but these guys out here in CHOP, they're living out there 24/7. They're homeless. They have nowhere to live. So if you have any kind of valuables, if you have any kind of money, then they're going to take from you to be able to fund their habit. And just aside from the robbery, the property theft, to be able to get money, people are out of their mind when they're on drugs, not just heroin, crack, meth, but all kind of other drugs, sometimes to offset the drugs that they're on. I mean, just anxiety medication, like all kind of stuff just dropped in the mix. A cornucopia of drugs with lawlessness. No police are even allowed in there. The people that are the so-called security force of CHOP, do you trust them with your life? If a guy has on a security shirt, but he's halfway nodding off, has gas on heroin, look like he about to just go to sleep at any moment, is that the guy you want to protect you and your kids and everybody else? I think not. I would rather live right now in a war-torn Middle Eastern country than CHOP. Straight up, I don't want to live anywhere near there. I don't want to live anywhere in the city, quite frankly, because right now they have officially claimed this little 6-block area or 7-block area, however big it is. They've claimed that area, but they're going to want to have more. They want to go to the main precinct where the police have their 911 operations out of. So if there's no more 911 operation, then Seattle is totally falling. Seattle was at the precipice. Like Seattle is right at the edge of falling off the cliff right now. Okay, when you're allowing these cretins to come in and take over your city, then you've given them an inch. And they're going to take many more miles. They're going to try to take over the whole state, the whole left coast. That is, in my humble opinion, their actual goal, if there is one. The way I see it right now is kind of a homeless commune, a bunch of junkies and weirdos. But what if you get somebody in there that's kind of like a leader and is organizing some of the dope fiends to do his bidding? Huh? What if that happens? Now you got a big problem on your hands, for sure. But to speak about what can be done, people are saying that Trump should do something. He should just get off his butt, stop golfing, stop tweeting. But my question to you is this. What do you want Trump to actually do? Okay, I'm seeing that a lot. Trump should do this, Trump should do that. But they're not really saying anything. All they're saying is that he should actually fix the problem, but they're not saying what he should actually do specifically. All that Trump can do is what he's done. The only thing he has left is to deploy the military. Now, if that happens, then that's going to set a bad precedent. If there's any problem in any city, like not just free out of Washington, but LA, San Francisco, Atlanta, Georgia, if there's a problem anywhere, then you just send the police out and let them be the police force. But the problem is that there's already police right there. There's city police, county police, state police. You have the governor, the mayor. They are in charge. They should get something done. But in Seattle, Washington, unfortunately, they're pretty much just hamstrung by the mayor, Jenny Durkin, talking about Summer of Love, and also the, moron governor, Jay Inslee. When Friato first got taken by Antifa and Black Lives Matter, they said, hey, do you know about that? He was like, nah, what's going on? Sir, your major city is being sieged right now by an occupying force of, deadly people, high on drugs, weapons, and everything else, and you don't know anything about it? So really, it's up to them. Trump has said, hey, you guys deploy the National Guard, whatever you need as far as resources, money, you got it. But if they don't take him up on the offer, then what can he really do? All they can do is deploy the military. That is no other option than that. He has no other power to be able to do anything. It's up to the police locally to do something or not. And they got to have the backing of local leadership, not just, a police chief or whatever, but mayor, governor, everybody. They got to have their backing, city council as well, because in Friato, Washington, it was a city council member, Kashama Savant, that opened City Hall to the so-called protesters, really anarchists, to go in there and occupy that. So you got to have all the politicians, all the leaders in the city on board with it, and the state as well. You have to have that in order to be effective. In Asheville, North Carolina, there was some kind of little commune or CHOP type thing that was getting ready to set up. And they broke that down instantly. Right away, it was like, nope, not going to do that here. They broke it down instantly. Same thing in Portland, Oregon. Matter of fact, I was surprised. It just toppled a statue of George Washington in Portland, but they were trying to set up this little commune right there. And the police said, nope, we're not going to have that here. There will be no CHAZ. There will be no CHOP. Any of that going on here in Portland, Oregon. The police have to be enabled to go out there and be police. If they are told by the mayor, step down, don't do anything, the only other alternative is for the U.S. military to come in. That's a whole different ball of wax right there. You may see more of these so-called protests, really uprisings, insurrections, anarchist movements pop up as a result. You may end up having the opposite effect. So I think the military should be reserved until you have like mass shootings and stuff like that on the street constantly. Okay, I think Seattle is right there at the end of it. You just had 2 shootings. You having rapes reported in there, robberies reported in there. I think you're right at the point where the government should get called in. But just tearing down statues and just having these little, dog piles of doo-doo and whatnot, people just camping out, that might not be for the federal government. That's more up to the state government. And like I said, Portland, Oregon, Asheville, North Carolina, they took care of that ASAP. Seattle, Washington, I blame the mayor and the governor for that, not anyone else. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that this area, CHAZ, CHOP, crack, heroin, opiates, pills, crack, heroin, amphetamine zone is dangerous? And that's your viewpoint. Let me know why in the comments below. Or is it not dangerous? There's a bunch of crackheads running around, raping people, robbing people, beating people, trying to steal cars, people getting shot, people getting killed. I mean, not really dangerous at all. Just, block party atmosphere, everything's all right. There's a few little scuffles, a few little, bumps in the road, but it's okay. The police aren't really welcome. They might get shot, fired at, or whatever, but it's all right because, these people are nice and they're peaceful. And that's your viewpoint. Let me know why in the comments below. You know where I stand. This has to come to an end, and it has to come as a result of local people doing something. And if it gets to a certain point where it's just totally out of control, everybody's in danger, and there's no way to actually ensure anyone's safety, then I think at that point, the government should get called in, although that should be the absolute last resort. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.